Alright, welcome to another exciting episode of me complaining about stuff. So I was over on Every Matters. In fact, I'm going to post a new site over there called Chicago Guns Matter. I was over on Gunstreamer and I watched a really interesting interview with the founder of Chicago Guns Matter. And it sounds like one of their projects is to create indoor shooting ranges in the city of Chicago, which hasn't been a thing for the public, at least for a long time. That's very cool, if ever, actually. So I wanted to go in and add that business. So anybody who's a member of Every Second Matters, if you don't already see a gun owners' rights group listed here, and I don't believe Chicago Guns Matters is, I'll go through to browse businesses and double check. But if we type in C for Chicago, it'll take us to the ones with a C, and I don't see anything here for Chicago at all. So over here then we've got Create New, and we're gonna give it the Chicago Guns Matter title. I want to give it a URL, so we'll just go with the same thing all pushed together. We'll make sure that's available, and it is. And we'll type in things like Chicago as a tag. Illinois would be a good tag, both ways, and local. Alright, so for category, this is going to be, I would say, gun owners' rights. Could almost be education, but I think it tends towards gun owners' rights more. And then we'll go down to local level. So we have different levels there, so we can help people find their stuff a little faster, or if you're just browsing, help you find things on the site. So the website is Chicago Guns Matter. Actually, I'm going to make sure we got everything in there, so I'm going to, instead of just dragging and dropping that, I'm going to copy it and paste, and the big difference there is when we paste, it'll have the HTTP colon, all that. So membership. Now what I like to do when I'm adding one over to Every Second Matters is I'll look through their website. So right when we get to the main page, it looks like they're using a blog format. So it's got the main blog or the main article pinned to the front here that says welcome, and they tell us it's an organization made up of pro-gun advocates in and around Chicago, and nothing about the history as far as the number of people. So then I like to look around and see if there's an about page. So there's a contact us, about, general. Let's see what general is. Oh, there's a history right there. So we'll click on history. And this is gun history. So this is history about all kinds of stuff in Chicago. McDonald cases, Chicago, this Lawson versus Chicago. In fact, I think the founder was involved in, in one of the lawsuits that helped move our Second Amendment rights forward in Chicago. Alright, so I don't see it here, and I did listen to one interview with her, so it's possible that she might be on other podcasts or articles with interviews, and I might be able to get that information somewhere else. But for now, I guess we won't have information on membership, but sometimes I like to see if there's something on the website where they talk about their number of members. As far as when it was founded, I don't know that either, so I can leave that blank. And then founded by, and I think this, no, that's not her. In fact, I will jump back over to the Gunstreamer. The article, or the interview here was about 13 days ago. Turn the volume off on their app ad. And this is her name, so we're going to grab that. She's the founder. Sometimes it's founded by an organization, so we put a group, a bigger area for writing here than just the a person's name, in case it's a bunch of people or a group. And then we go over to the Contact Us page and see what they've got as far as contact info. And they use a form, so that's smart. That way you don't have a bunch of people sending you spam or just garbage in the mail. So we'll leave the address and then a description. We'll go back to that home page and we'll just grab some of this content here, because that's a pretty concise description of what they do and what they're about. And that's what we're trying to do on Every Second Matters, is help amplify their message. So they've got this image on their main page. I'm just going to save that into my downloads folder and then choose a file, go back to my downloads folder, grab it, and put it right back on their website, on this section of their site. And then what's the last thing they want here? A location. Well, that's Chicago, right? So just copy that. And sometimes it'll autocomplete the town here, so I'll just let it autocomplete with what it likes, and then we create. So now the Chicago Guns Matter is on Every Second Matters, so we can just go look for it. And it'll just show up here. They kind of randomly show up on the main page, so we'll find it quicker by going to Browse, and then back to the letter C like we did before. Or we could have sorted it by recent, probably. So when we get to it now, let's add that same cover, or that same photo that we downloaded as the cover photo, for now it looks pretty. And it'll let you reposition that, and then save that position. And then I like to, for example, if I knew something else about the organization, like this video here, we can go in and add a link to that video and describe it here. And then this way it's a little more explanation about the group, and gives a shout out to Armed and Feminine, who put the article out there on Gunstreamer. And this is how Every Second Matters is designed to amplify Second Amendment efforts. People that are out there doing their thing and doing it well and effectively, right? And then instead of trying to create one way that everybody does it or one place that everybody uses, we can all effort this way to help amplify all these different things. And if somebody were to come in here and browse, they'd find it. You know, for the human beings, that's great. But more importantly, this website, chicagogunsmatter.org, certainly helped when they linked to it here on Gunstreamer. And of course, Armed and Feminine probably has other social media platforms where she would have posted the same link. So now Chicago Guns Matter have links from these various social media platforms, and now they have one from Every Second Matters. Not the biggest, but it is one of significance because of the way that we've get just the extract of Second Amendment stuff here. So when this should have some weight to it. So anyway, we try to work it for both angles, for the human beings that are using this website as a place to get updates on the main news feed here, and then as well as the robots that are paying attention to what's going on underneath the internet. We want to create these reciprocal links that will benefit those organizations and Second Amendment content creators that are efforting to help out those organizations. Alright, so that's the first half of the video, and I wanted to walk through that with everyone so that they could see how to add a gun owners' rights group to Every Second Matters. And of course, I'll put a caveat at the end here. If you put anything in there that isn't Second Amendment advocacy, it's getting deleted and you'll get blocked out of here. This is an effort to do Second Amendment advocacy, period. Alright, I think I'm actually going to cut the video here. We'll post this as a first video, and then I'll go back and address this guy, some new member we've got on Every Second Matters. We'll talk about that separately since that's not positive. That's going to be less positive than this one. So again, thanks to everyone who's participated over the last, 5 years now with Every Second Matters. On the second day of the month, many people out there who consider themselves part of the campaign will post videos, they'll wear a t-shirt, they'll wear a gun shirt, they'll wear an open holster, they'll carry openly if they can, they'll do whatever they can to create a conversation with someone about guns. And it's been going on for 5 years, and it's an effort to, again, amplify the excellent work that's being done by all of our gun owners' rights groups out there. So congratulations to everyone, and thanks again for watching. See you next time. And I guess I should come back up with that music.